Now we're at the Crosscut sled where we're going to be cutting our leg pieces to length, our finish length. So for this, we're actually doing two different lengths. Two of our pieces are going to be used for our leg crossbar pieces that are 318 millimeters in length. And two of these pieces are going to get us 4 legs that are 220 millimeters in length. So we'll have to set up the stop block 2 different times, one at 318 millimeters for our leg crossbars and once at 220 millimeters for our 4 leg pieces. So everything works just as before. You're going to measure from the inside of the stop block to the inside of the table saw blade. You want to make sure the cutaway on the stop block is pointing towards the table saw, that our clamp is nice and firm. And then just as before, you're going to want to just trim the end. Then you're going to cut to length. And for our leg pieces that we're going to be getting 2 out of each of these, you're going to trim the end, then cut to length, and then you're going to slide the piece all the way through again and cut the last one to length as well. That way, each of your piece will have a nice square edge on the end. So to set up for my leg crossbar pieces first, I'm going to take my measuring tape and my stop block and set it to 318 millimeters from the inside of the stop block to the inside of the table saw blade. So I find it helpful to find the right spot. So it's a 318 there. I'm going to hold the stop block firm while I grab the clamp with the other hand. Then I'll secure the clamp and I will recheck my measurement to make sure I'm still the same. 318. We're good. Now I can take 2 pieces and get 2 leg crossbar pieces. So I'm gonna again just trim the end off, then butt it against, trim that again, and do that with the other piece. And now I'll be setting up the distance for my leg pieces. So I'll be getting 4 leg pieces in total. And I want the length of those to be 220 millimeters. So again, I'm gonna take my tape measure and my stop block and move it until it's at 220 millimeters, which is right here. I'm gonna hold the stop block in place. Then with the other hand, apply the clamp. Nice and firm. Double check my measurement, still 220 millimeters. And now I'm good to cut the 4 legs. And again, it's gonna look like this. I'm going to trim one end. I'm going to slide it all the way across, trim, and then slide the last piece through and trim the last side. That's going to get me 2 legs out of each piece. And now after this, we have 2 of our leg crossbar pieces that are 318 millimeters in length, 4 of our leg pieces that are 220 millimeters in length, and we should have a few cutoffs. Make sure you save at least one of these cutoffs because we're going to be using this to help us with a setup later here at the Crosscut Sled.